In previous videos, we reviewed tools that are targeted on creating interactions between learner and content. These tools also had a bit of social component if you or your students get involved in discussion around the material. However, let's take a deeper look on how to create social interactions in asynchronous classroom. I recommend you to use any LMS system like Moodle, Canva, Blackboard, or Google Classroom, because there you can organize your content, you can add quizzes and other activities, you can add discussion forum, and also collect anonymous feedback. When you use LMS system, you collect all your materials in one space, and it adds the integrity to the course. However, if your university does not support or does not have a contract with any LMS provider, it's okay. You can still use other environment for communication and collaboration. For example, Facebook groups or Slack. For privacy reasons, I would recommend to use Slack, as well as it's also easy to organize different communication channels there. Slack helps to bring all communication and all collaboration to one space. You can also integrate their different apps like Google Drive, Polls, Zoom, and many other apps. We'll take a look at that. It's also available as an app for your computer or for your mobile phone, or it can be used from the browser. Okay, this is all for intro. Now let's take a deep look on the Slack.
We will start with implementation. The main unit in Slack is a workspace. In educational context, it can be a workspace for a course that you teach for one or more groups of students. It can be a workspace for a group of students, or it can be a workspace for all courses that you teach. It will be easy to decide what kind of workspace you need and you want to create once you are familiar with functionality of Slack. So to create a workspace, go to slack.com and first create your free account by pressing sign in. You can create a fast account with the Google or with Apple, or you can also type your email and receive a 6-digit confirmation code that you need to later fill it on the website. Later you can create a workspace, give name to this workspace, and modify URL if needed, and finish the setup. At this stage, I also recommend you to download Slack desktop app that you can find on the website, or you can download it from Microsoft Store or Apple Store. It will help you to always keep updated on what is happening in your space. I will continue our demonstration from a desktop app and existing workspace. On the left, you can see all workspaces that you signed in. You can sign into a workspace to which you had been invited by pressing the plus sign here, or also you can create a new workspace if you need. Here on the top, you see to which workspace you have actually signed in, so you can change the workspace by double-clicking on the name of the workspace and jumping around. Under the name of workspace, you see a navigation panel. So here is the list of channels that are created for this space. It's quite a few here because this channel is already in use, or this workspace is already in use for some time. But as you just created your new workspace, you're probably wondering how to create the channel. So to create the channel, press here on Add Channels, on this Channels section, Add Channel and Create New Channel. Give the name. For me it will be a test channel. You can give the description if you need. And you have a parameter here to set if you want it to be a private channel or public channel. Public means that everyone in your workspace can find, read, and join it. Access to private channel is granted only to invited users. If you choose a channel to be private, you can't undo it later. So we will have a public channel. Let's create it. You immediately invited to add people to the channel, so you can type their emails here or names here if you already have people on the workspace, but I will skip this step for now. Members of the channel can write messages, share files, and links. All files shared in the channel can be quickly accessed from the top menu. So click on the name of the channel and scroll down. So here you can see all files that are already shared in the channel, and you can click on them and download them or open them. On Members tab, you can add more members to this channel, and you can also, in the Settings tab, change the visibility of the channel to the private one, so only invited users will have access to it. Or you can also archive this channel for everyone, so it's not be available or delete it forever. You can also pin a message in the channel, so by clicking three dots here next to the message and clicking pin to the channel, so it will be selected and will be on the top of the channel, so it will be easy to see and to find like the most important messages of this channel. Your students can reply to messages and channels, so by clicking here reply in the thread, for example like this. And they also can send reactions, so by clicking on this smile and sending any reaction that might mean that they have read the message, they agree with the message, or they are going to proceed with something. So they don't have to type anything, but they can send any reaction. And they can send these reactions as to the like messages itself as well as to replies. If something is important but important only for you, you don't want to pin in the channel, you can save it for yourself. For example, by pressing this add to save items, this little sign. You can find your save items here on the top in the main menu. You can also set reminders for the whole chat, or you can set reminders only for yourself. To set a reminder, put a dash, then type reminder, and you can set reminder to yourself or reminder to everyone. If you want to send reminder to a person, you need to put an @ sign and then choose to whom you're gonna set a reminder. Or if you want to send a reminder for the channel, then you use a hashtag and name of the channel. So set a reminder for this channel to submit an assignment, and this reminder should be sent, for example, in 30 minutes. And we will receive a confirmation from the bot that the reminder will be sent to this specific channel in 30 minutes at this time. The beauty of Slack that you can add a lot of integrations to your workspace. To add different integrations, go to more and then choose apps. I recommend you to add Google Drive and Simple Poll. So Simple Poll you will use for creating different polls in your workspace. Google Drive is just easy to integrate and navigate among your documents on the Google Drive. You also might find it useful to add a Zoom to Google Calendar or to Outlook. So just scroll here and find what you find useful for yourself, for your students, and add it. You can also search by typing the name on the top and finding something useful for you. Okay, everything is set here, and it's time to invite students. To invite students, press on the name of your workspace and then invite people to it. You can invite people by typing their emails here, so only students or only people whose email is here can join the channel. Or you can make it easier. You can copy the invite link and share it, I don't know, with your students by email in your LMS system or whatever you're using, so that they can follow this link and join the channel with any email that they want. When new user registers to the platform, they have to provide their name. They also have an option to add their photo. And I would say it's nice to have photos of people with whom you are communicating in, because you also communicate not only within the channels, like you also communicate in private messages. Encourage your students to install mobile app. Students are very comfortable with instant messaging, so having Slack mobile app installed, it's more likely that they will read and even react on your messages comparing to an email. For you, as for an educator, Slack also allows to separate educational and personal work, as it would be difficult to split educational and personal life if you're teaching through Facebook groups. When you have your channel, your workspace running, it will be nice to see the analytics, like who is communicating, is communication is even happening in private messages or closed chats, private chats. So to do so, again, press on the name of the channel of the workspace and then click on the number here, like the number of messages that were sent so far. You will be redirected to the website with the analytics. On this page, you can see how many active members you had weekly or daily. And you can also see like where communication happens. Does it happen in public channels? Does it happen in private channels or in direct messages? So if you have a free account, that's all that you can see. If you have paid account, you will be able to see more analytics. I would say that for education, a free account is probably enough because with free account, you're able to have up to 10,000 messages within you can search. You can use the storage, internal storage up to 5 gigabytes, and you can have up to 10 different integrations. So I showed you that in my channel only Google Drive and Pulse are integrated, but you can add 8 more, so to have 10 in total.
Okay, this is all for Slack. Your choice on communication tools can be different from mine. You can use LMS, Facebook, Microsoft Teams, or just an email. However, please create any safe communication space for your students.